Hey, hi all. Welcome back to BRR Knowledge Center. So far we have discussed about arrays in TypeScript. So wherein you just store multiple values of same type here, right? Even if you're using any single dimensional or multidimensional, you are always going to use same type of values to store in a variable. Now there is a requirement for me, like I wanted to store multiple values of multiple types in a variable. That means different type of values I want to store in a variable. How can I achieve this? So we have an array object in TypeScript, which is nothing but a collection of values with different types. So array object allows to store multiple values in a single variable. We can create an array by using the array object. Okay. The array constructor is used to pass the following kind of arguments for array creation. Let me write down the syntax here. Before to that, I'll just explain the definition. Array object allows store multiple values in a single variable. Okay. So we can create, right, variable by using array object. We can create variable by using array object. So to create array object using, the array object to create a variable, we are going to use a constructor of array. So if you want to create a constructor to any variable or a class, right, we are going to use a new keyword, right? So the array constructor is going to create using new keyword. So the array constructor is used to pass, right, different arguments for array creation. So numeric values which represent the size of an array or list of comma separated values. So we can pass different parameters as arguments here. Okay. So syntax is let array name. Okay. Data type equal to, I'm going to create array object using new constructor, new keyword, which is nothing but it is going to create a constructor for this particular variable. So this constructor, array object is going to have values as an argument. These values may be, right, numeric values which will represent comma separator, or numeric values which will represent the size of an array, right? So let me show you some example for this. Example, let, this is my variable arf, right, of type, let's say like string. New array of, right, I'm going to pass different values here. Okay, right? This way I'm going to give it. So here I pass different values. Even though I defined the type is string, here the name and ID and the codes and fees, different values I just passed. If you want to read these values, I'm going to use a for loop as like other languages, right? I less than equal to arr length, right? I plus plus console dot log of arr of I. That's it. Okay. So that it is going to print all the values here. Okay. Here array is traversed by using a for loop. Okay. Now I wanted to use, right, same for loop, right, without initializing a variable here. So how to use? So array traversal by using for in loop, for in loop. Make sure this is the loop I'm going to use it. This is normal for loop, right? Which is traversing array. But here I'm going to use, right, for in loop. So I'll take same example. Okay. Now for I in, right? Yeah. So console dot log of array of I. Of course, you will be having curly braces closing and ending. Okay. So this is a for in loop. This is normal for loop. Okay. Here also it is going to read through, right? Array using for in loop. This is the in keyword. We are going to use it instead of there's three sections. This way you can read through array and print all the values. Let me show you in the Visual Studio. Let me create array uh, object demo.ts. So let array string, right? Or else I'll copy this for quick access. Let me copy this. Okay. Maybe the double quotes might be different in Windows and this editor. Just change this. So this is what my array. So using for loop auto print for I is 0, I less than yeah dot length I plus plus. Inside of this console dot log of arr of I. So let me define this as let I. Okay. Now go to your command prompt, TypeScript compiler, array object demo.ts, node array object.js. Now you can see all the values loop through and printed here. So this is using, right, console.log. Printing is using for loop. And I'm going to print same values using for in loop. So what I'll do is I'll just use for let I in arr console dot log of arr of I. We go back to your command prompt again. So try to, compile this again, execute this. I can see printing using for in loop, printing using for loop. This is how it is going to print. Okay. Now, also you can pass these arrays as a parameter to the functions. How to pass? We can pass arrays to functions by specifying the array name without an index. Let's take an example here. This is what my array. Now I'm going to pass, like I'm going to write a function called function display. So for this, I'm saying just array values and declaring this as string. Okay. So inside of this, I'm going to use for loop let I equal to 0, I less than equal to array of values dot length I plus plus console dot log of right array values of I. That's it. So how to pass this, right? This is a function, right? This is the array. Now what I'm going to do is call in display function. So display of what is the array? Just array. Okay. Let me print this statement to differentiate, right? Array printing function. Printing array, printing, yeah, display function. So go to your command prompt again, try to compile this. Happen tsc array object ts and then node array object dot js. Now you can see the values are printed from display function. That means you can pass the array, right, to the functions as well without using index or square bracket. Just display and array name so that it will call this and getting into this function and print through using a for loop. Okay. I hope you understood the array object purpose here. Okay. So next one I'm going to talk about is a spread operator. Spread operator in TypeScript. Okay. What is this spread operator in TypeScript? Okay. So I think before we discuss this, right, as we have already talked about, the arrays, right, and array object, right? So we'll see array of methods here, and after that we'll see, the spread operator. So we have a different kind of methods as part of array object, right? You can use those stuff, right? Whenever you require, right, kind of relevant operation, you just use these functions. Okay, so these are some functions we are going to use it, right, as part of array object. So I'm just listing out only couple of functions methods inside of the array object. So concat function can be used with array, object, which will basically use it to join two strings or two arrays and return the combined result. Okay, it combine two arrays and return combine, right, result. The same time, copy within. What the copy within is doing is, right, uh, this is just copying, right, sequence of an element within the array, right? Copies sequence of an element in the array. And next one is every. It returns true if every element in the array satisfies the provided testing function. Okay. Similarly, fill, it is used to fill an array with static value from the specified start to end index. This is going to return the index of matching element. This is going to return, matching element of last index. This is something includes is used to check whether the array contains a certain element or not. And again, reverse, basically use it to reverse the elements, right? And this pop is used to just, just remove the last element of the array. This is a push again, it is used to insert, right? Or add a new element to the array. This is something stack operations. Okay. So these methods can be used using array object. So if you want, you can try all those stuff so that you can see the beauty of using array instead of using the manual operations like for loop and other thing. Now if you look at here, if I want to print this in reverse order, I must come through last index to first index using loop. But when I use reverse, it automatically reverse the list of values. I'll write down, no problem. So every means it returns true if every element in the array satisfies the provided testing function. Fill means it fills an array with a static value from the specified start and right end index. It returns the index of the matching element in the array. Matching element in the array. Otherwise, -1. This is something like includes is used to check whether the array contains certain element or not. It is used to check whether the array contains certain element or not. Last index is something like returning. It returns the last index of an element in the array. Reverse is something like it is just reversing the elements. It is used to reverse the order of an element in the array. It is used to reverse the elements in the array. Pop means it removes. Okay. Push means it adds element. Okay. These are some array functions. You can use it using array dot. Okay. So now in the next section, we'll see the spread operator, like how to use the spread operator and how it is going to work for array object. Okay. Thanks for listening to this video and please subscribe this channel for more videos. Thank you.